Well, I just want to say good morning to everybody here. It's Friday. I'm a little unshaven today because it is Friday and I like to go into the weekend just being
No
lazy
Shave
me.
Friday. No Shave Friday.
No shave Friday. Let me turn my volume up here a little bit so I can hear you, Ronnie boy. All right, let's get on with the verse of the day because we're not religious station, but we love Jesus.
Right.
And it's Philippians. Did I say that right?
Philip Philippian.
I can do all this through him who gives me strength. So I guess what that means is there's nothing too tough that if it seems like tough to you, put it in God's hands and you'll get through it.
Right. And he's not gonna put you through anything if you can't get through it. And he
Right.
knows, he knows.
So what happened with your garbage today?
These guys get paid and they didn't take my it's an entertainment center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it the one that me and Genevieve gave you?
No, no, no. No, it's a big it's like an iron wire, but it's heavy and it's wood.
Isn't the garbage guys or the sanitation engineers, aren't they supposed to take, you're allowed to put one big thing out and they have to take it?
Well, it should be taking it. We pay garbage tax. They should be taking the garbage. And I guess, yeah, I think they are supposed to take one big thing. So now I'm going to end up calling the sanitation. The sanitation
Engineers.
engineers.
Yeah, we're not vloggers.
Ridiculous.
We're the
And,
video engineers.
it is ridiculous because, you know, we pay the garbage tax and you know, come on, supposed to take that stuff. But, well, I was too late to grease their palm to take it.
Or you weren't up early enough.
Right, right. I wasn't up early enough. I'm only up at 6 in the morning anyways.
Did you hear when the sanitation engineer truck came by?
Yeah, except my buddy Randy was calling me, so I had to come and answer the phone.
Oh man, I have to apologize. I made you miss out on
You know,
getting your big, large bulk trash taken away. So it's out there now. Maybe someone else in the
it's still
neighborhood
out
will
there
appreciate it.
now. Dude, it's been out there for a week.
Oh, I was gonna
And no
say
one's
give it a
taken it.
day. Maybe someone else will appreciate it and take it.
No one's taken it. It's been out there all week.
And if it's in Buffalo weather, it's probably rusting by now.
Well, it's wood, so it ain't rusting. Uh,
Sabres, our Buffalo Sabres lost. They are eliminated out of the
oh,
playoff.
they're done. They're done. You know,
That's 17 years now. 17 straight years, right? Oh, no, 14.
no, it's only 14,
It's
but
14.
it's
Oh, that
still,
makes it better.
yeah, it's still the worst in the out of pro sports, but that is what it is.
Well, this
But
is this is Lindy Ruff. It's his first year. It's a write-off
oh,
year.
they'll be fine next year.
Yeah, I
They just
think so
gotta get,
too. I was really disappointed in UPL, the goaltender.
well, they had to get better goaltending. It's just, they dug themselves in the hole and they couldn't get out. It's like,
And we had a goalie that was going on a winning streak at 7 games, and that was snapped yesterday.
well, yeah, I mean, he is an older. He's an older. I get. I honestly, I don't even know how old Reimer is.
Maybe, it seems like maybe he didn't want that streak and let in some easy goals. Maybe he didn't want it bad enough. Because it's like, well, the team can help you, but
Well,
it's
the
your
team
record.
didn't help him. The Tage Thompson didn't do nothing yesterday except go through the motions.
Yeah, we might have a
Darlene,
speaking of Tage Thompson, we might have a 50 goal scorer on our hands.
yeah, well,
That's going to bode well for next year when we win the
not if
Stanley
he
Cup.
plays like he did yesterday. He didn't. He was totally irrelevant.
Right. So fortunately,
Irrelevant.
they call it the Buffalo sports woes because we haven't won any champions except for the Bandits. Nobody, it's like everybody put puts down the Bandits and they really don't like acknowledge them. They're
Go, go,
two-time they
Bandits.
are two-time world champions in the
Yeah, and they
National
still
Lacrosse
don't get
League.
acknowledged.
What?
They still don't get acknowledged. Even the announcers are, the announcers at a Bandits game talk about the other team. Riddle me that one, Batman.
But the sport itself, they're selling out all their games. It should get the recognition. And Buffalo's a two-time defending champion, and they're leading the league this year.
And they could be three-peats.
Oh, you know, and everybody, that's the
And I
thing.
didn't jinx it because I said they could be
No, I don't
three-peats.
know if that's jinxing.
Could be.
Like when Steve Tasker, I don't know if everybody knows Steve Tasker, and he's a football Hall of Famer on the four
Could
Super Bowl
be.
loss teams.
Should be a Hall of Famer.
But during the game when Reimer was pitching that shutout, not last night, but the night before he was playing, he's like in the middle of the game, he's like, "Well, what do the forwards do now that to try to preserve the shutout?" We're all like, "Whoa, you don't say the
Yeah.
shutout word." But saying they're going to three-peat, that's not. I don't think that's the same.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to jinx them by saying it. But when your quarterback is pitching a
That's
no interception. You don't say, "Oh, he doesn't have any interceptions," because you know what happens the next play. He throws an interception.
of course,
Oh,
and then it's like, of course, and it's not gonna, it won't be just an interception. It'll be a freaking pick six. It'll be like, yeah, okay,
it'll be a pick six, and he comes out into the stands and asks his girlfriend to marry him. Something huge.
pick six, yeah, and then an onside kick, and they get it, they double dip, and it's like, yeah, okay. It's like quicksand. It's like the Titanic. It breaks and sinks.
Yeah, you just
So,
and you think after four Super Bowl losses, we wouldn't have any superstitions.
well, you think we'd be able to get something right.
Oh,
You think we'd learn from our mistakes.
and
You know.
you didn't even hear Tasker say it because here's the thing. Here's how superstitious I am. He said it while I think you were going to get a beer or something like that. So he said it while you were gone. And when you came back, I wasn't going to repeat it to you. And I did after the game when he got the shutout.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
that's
I heard the caller yesterday. He downgrading. He wasn't really downgrading more than like he was more. I don't know. He's like, oh, Bean's not all that. He misses all these guys that are, you know, these guys are, you know, all these guys that are in free agency and they're all signing with the other team and, you know, Bean's sitting on his hands and not picking up these guys that could really actually help Bills.
Now the Bills are doing well. That
And
guy
then,
doesn't know what he's
and then
talking
he's like,
about.
well, he's really not all that great of a draft pick guy, and he's missed on Elam, and he said missed on Kincaid. How did you miss on Kincaid? Kincaid was injured last year and had a down year. You know, he's going to bounce back this year, and you watch.
Well,
He's going to have a
there's
great.
always like what do they call them? Gloomers. It's always glass is half
I
empty.
know. Yeah,
The world needs ditch diggers too.
Yeah, well,
Hey, you know what? I was reading an article. Like I'm not my favorite pet is a bird. I like parrots, African grays, cockatoos, Amazons. Cats are cool, dogs are nice. I'm just not up for the whole upkeep. That's the one thing about me. If when the animals can learn to go outside and go to the bathroom, clean up after themselves, I'll have a pet and they clean up their own hair.
yeah.
But they are talking about how do you know if your dog is happy? And they give you ideas of how to make your dog happy. And I'm like, I think people know if their dog is happy or not. Like if your dog starts humping
I
your
don't know.
leg,
I guess. I mean, if he comes up and you know
well, no,
bites you in the face,
no,
I would imagine that he's not happy with you
no. Like if your dog comes up and he starts humping your leg and you let him, I think he's happy.
or horny.
Well, I'm pretty happy when I'm horny, right? I think that's a
Yeah,
trait in
yeah,
all male.
I guess
You know,
Yeah, unless unless you're horny and not getting nothing, then
they
then
say
you're not.
the bigger the dog, well, you just let him go, let him finish. He'll walk away after he's done.
I don't know about that. Yeah, it'd be
But
like, or or you're at the park walking your dog and dog's sniffing someone's crotch. It's like, okay, all right, come along, Fido. It's like
and I think if you're the worst human kind of person, when a dog is
you would let
sniffing
the
your
dog sniff the crotch, right?
when the dog is sniffing your crotch, you're probably happy too.
Well, not my crotch. I mean,
Well, I meant you as a
I
subject,
would
not you.
imagine.
I'm sorry. I meant you like as a subject, not you personally, unless I hit a nerve or something. But I don't. I know you don't have
It
pets.
didn't hurt no nerve on me. I mean,
But and if your
uh,
dog is wagging his tail, that's happy, right?
yeah, I would imagine so. I mean, as long as he's not biting you,
I would think
you
if the
know,
dog's biting you, he's not happy.
right. He's like, yo, yo, give me some food, man. You want another bite? I want some steak. I want some mashed potatoes. Yeah. Yo, you want another bite? I want the potatoes and the steak. That's it. Simple as that.
Simple as that. I I don't want that stuff out of the bag. I want steak and
Don't be
eggs.
giving me that dry crap out of the bag. I
I'll
don't
take.
like that
I
crap.
want surf and turf. I'll take some bacon and
I
eggs.
want filet mignon with the side of, and I want the crispy potatoes too. Don't go giving me them soggy potato crap shit.
Extra crispy. You want me to be
Extra
happy.
crispy.
That thing that
Extra.
when a dog and I didn't know this. When they just start running in circles and like running around the house. That's
Yeah.
there's actually a word for that. It's called zoomy.
It's called wagging chasing their tail.
Not that kind of circle. You ever see when a dog just starts like runs off the couch and he runs off the wall, like parkour, whatever bounces off the wall? That's called zoomy. That's a word for that. I don't know if people made that up or if it's
Well, it
actually
sounds like
true.
he got into your stash and
Yeah.
way too much.
Well, Wow, your dog's really heavy. Yeah, but my stash is low.
He must have got into the cat's catnip.
He ate my stash. I had to follow him around with a baggie for 3 days to get my stash
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Cheech and Chong reference.
Right, yeah, you know. Good old Cheech and Chong.
So they
The
sent
good old the good old boys.
the good old boys. So there's actually like things you can do to make your dog happy. In what there's only they got four things here. Give them freedom. But aren't they supposed to be on a leash once you go out the house?
Yeah.
So how do you give them freedom?
Well, you give them a long leash.
I could see like the dog will be
No, you
riding.
give them one of them snapper ones. You see the key snappers?
Yeah.
You
Or
give
else,
them one of them real long leashes, and then you like hit the button and it snaps them back.
yeah, I still once if they're on any kind of leash, I don't think they have freedom.
No.
Here's what I picture, Ron. The dog will be riding the cat out in front of the house, going, "We want your freedom. You can't take away my freedom. We're gonna fight for the freedom." You know I'm doing that, right?
Kind
Mel,
of.
Mel Gibson in
Oh, yeah.
that
Yeah.
movie. I want my freedom, but the dog will be riding the cat.
No, actually, the dogs would probably be out there on a picket line and with signs, "We want freedom. We want freedom."
No leash law. No leash law.
Ban collars. The collar free law.
Here's
No
number
collar.
Here's number two. I thought was funny. How you can make your dog happy. You provide alone time.
Yeah. Alone time with your dog.
When have you ever seen a dog that wasn't always coming up trying to be with humans? He's like, no,
Alone?
no, leave me alone. I'm going into outside. I don't want to be bothered. Leave me alone.
Listen, I'm going to bury a bone. Just leave me alone.
If you keep bothering me, I'm gonna bury this bone somewhere you're not gonna like.
I'm going to bite you, and then I'm going to go and bury the bone. Then I'm going to come back, and I'm going to bite you again.
So now give him lots of attention and love. So yeah,
Right.
that kind of goes against the alone time thing.
Well, you give them like all right, you get to come up on the couch and be a lap dog for an hour, but that's it. No more than an hour. That's it. Other than that, you're off the couch and that's it on the floor.
And the last one is now this one kills me. Ensure you and your dog are on the same page. I don't know. I
Well, I didn't know dogs could read, but I would. Well, maybe they could.
so where how are you on like say your dog wants to hump your leg and you don't want your dog to hump your leg? How are you going to get on the same page there? What's the compromise?
You hit the son of a bitch in the head with a newspaper.
Well,
Say,
see,
down.
I don't think that's love and attention.
Yeah, well,
Excuse me.
I mean,
So that's weird. Hey,
it's
little.
something to let.
So that's our for you pet lovers out there.
He's
Anybody
a
want to?
leg humper, yeah.
If anybody wants to comment, all you pet lovers out there, feel free.
All right, we love pets and we love dogs, so we're not nothing to, get offended by, yeah, you're supposed to be, they say that you can hit the dog with the newspaper in the snoot,
Oh my God.
okay, one time. You don't, you don't over, you don't beat them up. You just gently hit them in the head and say no.
Right. Yeah,
That's all.
you probably freaked out a lot of people with that one. Hit the dog in
You
the
know,
head. What?
no, no, no. That was taken out of context.
Yeah, you took that out of context. Hey, you got coffee today?
I do have coffee. Yes, I do.
Cheers, coffee.
I'm on my I gotta get a new coffee cup. This one's kind of disgusting, but
I don't think that's actually a coffee cup, Rod.
this is not a coffee cup. This is actually
It's your coffee cup.
this is my coffee cup. It is actually a you could call it a soda cup, but
I think you've been using that so long. I think that black ring on there is permanent, right? That's a coffee ring.
yes, it is. I've been using this cup for probably 10 years.
Yeah, as long as I can remember, because it holds more. And now that's a drink. Hey, dude, stamps are going up again.
What's that?
They're raising the price of stamps. I can't even tell you.
Well, I
You don't know.
remember the 3 cents. I think maybe 2 cents was a stamp.
I don't think we were old enough to know 2 cents. And how many
Maybe,
stamps, how many letters did you
yeah,
mail as a kid?
maybe a nickel.
I don't remember, but I
Probably
remember.
none. Probably none. You know,
I
can't
know
say I was a big letter guy when I was younger.
if somebody asked me to win $1 million, how much a stamp costs, I don't think I'd know without looking.
How much a stamp costs now?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
It says here that a
I
stamp is
couldn't even give it a guess.
it says here a stamp is 73 cents. Oh, oh, and by the way,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
oh, this is breaking news. This is breaking news. The price of stamps. So it's going to go up 5 cents on July 13th. This is breaking news. We're breaking it. You and me, Ron.
Why July 13th? It has to be on my birthday, right?
Oh, oh, maybe they're celebrating your birthday by robbing Americans.
Hey, yeah, let's uh let's rip them on Ron's birthday. Yeah, all right.
I didn't know
Yeah,
stamps were 73 cents. If I had to guess, I thought they were like around 50 cents or something like that.
I thought they were about 49, but I wasn't well, I had no idea how much they were.
Well, so America, get ready for it. Stamps are going up again, but who really mails
And,
stuff anymore?
know, it's just well, everything's up. Everything's up.
Hey,
Nothing's
hey, you know that guy that was deported and he was supposed to be brought back,
innocent.
not taken. What was his name? Kilmar Garcia.
Something like that, I guess. Yeah.
The Supreme Court ruled unanimously that he has to come back, that it was a mistake, that he's not a gang member. El Salvador is not going to return him. They have the proof that
Really?
they need that he is a gang member, and they're not going to send him back.
Well, I mean, is he does he got gang tattoos and stuff?
Oh yeah, he's got it all.
Well, then he's probably a gang member.
You know what
You
happened?
know,
Yeah, he is a gang member.
he probably is. I wouldn't doubt it.
He's a gang member. You know what?
Oh, you play Mr. Innocent. Anything, that's come on. You know, anything that
You know, I'm really
I
starting.
mean, I mean, if you're gonna go to a notorious prison, okay, I would imagine you want to try everything you can to get out of
Sure.
it.
Yeah. No,
Uh,
but these are
you
stupid
know,
Americans. I'm really surprised. I'm worried about the Supreme Court. I think the judicial branch is really thinking that they can tell the other branches what to do.
well, you're just a dictionary today. You're
No, no,
using
I had
all
a
these
hard time.
big
Oh,
words,
dude, I had a hard
using
time
all these
getting that
big
one out.
words today.
No, I had a hard time getting that one out. But I think the judges, there's a separation of powers there. They're not supposed to be able to tell, like, the executive branch can't tell the judicial branch what to do and vice versa. They can rule on things, but I think that I think
Oh,
these judges think they're more the most powerful people in the country.
well, they do. They think their shit don't stink, dude.
They
They
do.
think they're like Steven Seagal above the law. You know, you just you got you got to knock them down a little bit. But how do you knock them down? I mean, how do you really, honestly, how do you actually? Have
I
you
don't
ever
know.
heard of a Have you ever heard of a Supreme Court judge getting impeached or
No, I I
thrown
think
off the bench?
I think one in the history. I'm not sure
Be
on it, but
like
I think there's one, and it's probably
they'd
like
be like
100
they'd be
years ago.
they'd be like having the state police come in and saying, "Yo, man, you got to go. You're under arrest. He's under arrest. Everybody's under arrest."
Yeah, I think the country really needs a reset and go
They need
back
to have, uh,
to the way that the forefathers wanted it to be run.
well, they need to be held accountable too. You know, they're not
Yeah.
above the law, dude.
And there's just enough people that they'll side with them like there's Republicans that will side with the Democrats if Trump does like they think one thing wrong and goes against a ruling or something like that. But
Right. Well,
but I'm with El Salvador. Keep them there. They're going to be
yeah,
all like, "Who? Oh, he escaped. He's not even here anymore. Sorry."
yeah. Meanwhile, he's in some salt mine down in Mexico, slaving, right?
No, he's in El Salvador somewhere.
Well,
But here's how you take care of these judges. I want the El Salvador president to say, "Screw you. Come and get him. What are you going to do about it? Oh, send them back. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes."
well, no. I mean,
So, here I got some more breaking news. Oh,
are they gonna
I don't know.
extradite him?
I don't know if anybody gets that reference. Breaking news like this. Breaking news. Hey, you know those little Debbie
You
snack?
gotta go. And then
Yeah, you know what? If anybody gets that reference, we're going to be giving $100 gift card to you.
if you know which movie it's from,
But you got to be the
that's
first
a
one.
hint.
You got to be
The
the
only
first
hint.
one. That's right.
That is the
No
only hint
hints.
you're gonna
Oh, yeah,
get.
okay. It is from a movie, but you got to be the first one. So just like, hey, I got the answer, I win. No, no, somebody else was before you. But the breaking news is, those little Debbie snack cakes?
What about him?
Everybody knows Little Debbie. They're bringing back four flavors or four what do they
Well,
call it?
Little Debbie ain't Little Debbie no more.
Well, you wouldn't think so.
She's big fat Debbie because she's been eating all the cakes.
But but her
So now they
picture,
call her Big Fat Debbie.
that's why they keep using the little girl picture of her because they
Well,
yeah,
because she kept eating her own cakes and now she's blowing up like a blimp.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. Not so little Debbie cakes, but
Not so Little Debbie anymore.
they're bringing back the birthday cake ice cream bars.
Oh boy, golly gee. I'm, you know, I'm gonna run right out and get some right now.
Not to see if that popped up. They're bringing back the strawberry shortcake rolls, ice cream bars. They're bringing back Nutty Bars, ice cream bars, and Star Crunch ice cream bars. If those are fan favorites,
And
why do you
nutty
take them
bars.
away? Huh?
They still got nutty bars.
Well, they're said the Nutty Bars, ice cream bars.
They just off brand.
Maybe there's
They're
Nutty
different
Bars and ice
brand.
cream bars. Hey, Ron,
You know,
We got to sign off. This is the end right here. So
this is the end.
let's say
My really friend, the end.
we're gonna try to come up with a great cast off like I'm this and you're not, or peace out, or some
No,
kind of
I'm
cool.
rubber and you're glue. Okay.
Whatever we say, it's the news.
Whatever bounces off of us sticks to you.
All right,
Yeah.
Ron. I will talk to you in a minute after the after show where we can talk about anything we want and be dirty as we want and be filthy as we want and be stupid as
Right.
we want. All right,
We
Ron.
could be pretty like pigs.
All right. I love you,
Oh,
man. I love
love you,
you.
brother. Peace
Peace out.
out. Peace out.